Is anybody here yet? Hey, Martha in Michigan. How are you today? Hi, Miss Kim. Hi, Kathleen. Hope you're doing well from your surgery. Hope everybody's good today. I'm just getting everything ready here. Gonna wait a minute and let some people join. Hey, Roger. Hi, friend. How are you today, Roger? Has anybody figured out what I'm making tonight by my video? There's my Hi, Retha. Nancy, I've been missing you this week. Are you off? You on vacation? Hi, Shelly. What's on the menu today? Hey, Jessie. Okay, y'all. Are you hungry, Roger? Today's menu, I'm going to make stuffed bell peppers. Now, before I ate these, I would have said yuck to that. But I really like mine made with the red and the orange and the yellow peppers. And you don't have to eat the pepper if you don't like it. But the meat and stuff in it is really good. So that's what I'm making. And you can make them with green bell pepper. If you love green bell pepper, that's fine too. I'm gonna get some ground beef browning. I should have already had this started, but I'm gonna go ahead and brown it. And I load mine up, so I'm gonna probably brown just about all this. I might not brown it all, but. And I don't usually, when I make stuffed bell peppers, I don't usually make anything else. That's usually all we have. Sometimes I might open a can of Lux pinto beans or something like that if I feel like we need something else. But you know, you've got your put the lid on that and let that start browning. You've got vegetables in it, and you've got your meat in it, and so I don't generally make anything else, but I'm going to make a little something else tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and get my meat browning, and I'm going to prepare some stuff to go in it. I'm going to put a little bit of onion in it. If you like onion, you can put more, but Donnie doesn't. He says it makes him sick, so I don't generally put a lot of onion in it. Sometimes I do put it, sometimes I don't even put any in it, but I'm hoping he won't notice too much. If I cut it up really small, he won't notice it. Hey, Jennifer, my sister-in-law. Hey, Lynn. Y'all, I've missed everybody. I'm cutting my onion just really small because I don't want it to be detectable. And if you've got picky eaters in your family, sometimes you can get away with it by cutting it really small because it gets translucent and they don't ever know it. But if you cut them big, they're gonna see them. So I'm just gonna cut mine really small, and we won't tell him that it's in there, okay? Hi, Melissa Staggs. All right, so I'm really finely chopping my onion. All right, so I'm gonna put some onion in it, and I may not put all that in there. And I'm gonna put some garlic in it. Just one clove, not a lot. I like a lot, but you know, we got that picky eater. Hi, Melissa Kelly. Roger, how did Donnie's canned tomatoes turn out last night? His canned tomatoes turned out really good. My phone's ringing. I don't know who's calling me. See if I can find it. I hear it, but it's covered up with all my stuff. Oh, there it is. Unknown. Unknown. I'm not answering that. Here's his tomatoes, Roger. They turned out very good. I was going to can tomatoes, but I was busy and I didn't get my walk in. I like to walk every evening. So I wanted to go walk, and he said he would can them for me. So he canned my tomatoes, put up my laundry, while I went and took a nice walk and a good swim. So that's a pretty good husband, ain't it? He enjoys doing that stuff. Well, not the laundry, but he enjoys cooking and canning, and he don't get to do much of it because he works all the time. Hi, Bethany. Dale, I think I saw my cousin Scott. So I'm just chopping up some garlic really fine. Not a lot, but a little. I'll probably put a little garlic in it too, just to... All right, let me check on my meat over here. Brown it on the stove. This is just ground beef or chuck. I'm not sure even which one it is. Probably ground chuck, or it might be ground beef. It looks a little bit. I might go ahead and put a little more in there too. I'm gonna go ahead. And I'm just gonna put it all in there. Shoot. Ain't no use in skimping, is there? If I don't use it in these peppers, I'll eat it later. The good thing about these peppers, they'll be good tomorrow. And I'll have them for lunch tomorrow. Don't want to brag on him too much, Roger. Well, I don't think I brag on him enough sometimes, so I have to brag on him every now and then. I fuss on him plenty, but sometimes I don't brag on him enough, but he does help me. And last night, I don't know if y'all saw my picture that I posted of last night's supper, and I said if I get any complaints, who wants his plate? And the reason is because, now let me tell you what I cut this pepper in half, and I'm just pulling the ribs out and getting the seeds out. And now I've got a little pepper boat, and I'm gonna put it in my dish. And then on the other side, I'll do the same. I'm just gonna get the seeds out. And usually I can just pull it right out like that. And then I'll get the, there we go. So there's my yellow. And I'm gonna do the same for the orange and the red. So anyway, I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, last night's supper. Whew. I cooked fried chicken, but it was all breast, and he doesn't like the breast. And so I figured he would be like, meh. But he didn't. He said it didn't matter. He would eat it. So he was a good sport. He was in a good mood last night. He was being a good sport last night. All right, so let's get the rest of this done. And I've already washed these peppers too. Hey, Saber Carol. I'm bragging on your boy, Donnie. She helped raise him, so he's pretty good most of the time. He has his moments. All right, just finishing up the last pepper. And what we don't eat for supper tonight is gonna be my lunch tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. I've got my oven, y'all, I've got my oven heated to 425. I went ahead and heated it up, so hopefully it won't take too long when I put them in there. I was gonna do them in the air fryer or the Instapot. I thought about doing that, but I had never made them in there, and I never did get a chance today to look it up and check times and things like that. So I've just got them in my glass dish, and I don't put any oil on them or anything. Usually, you can sprinkle a little salt on them if you want to. I don't usually. I let the meat do all the flavoring, get all the flavor in it, and then it'll flavor that pepper up good. All right, so I'm browning this meat up, and it's coming along really good. I'm gonna drain the grease and the water off of it. There's a little water and grease that cooks out of it, and I'll drain it off here in a minute. Let me go ahead and add my garlic and a few of these onions. Like I said, I cut these onions really small, so they won't really be detected in here, I don't think, because I'm going to cook them down translucent, so I think it'll be fine. Hi, Miss Ann and Legina. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let that cook, and I haven't drained it yet. I'm just kind of breaking up the meat, the hamburger meat, and I have way more hamburger meat than I need, but that's okay too. I'm going to go ahead and put some seasoned salt in it. And I did put garlic in it, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of garlic salt. And I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning. You can buy it in the store. It has like oregano, thyme. I'm not going to put just a whole lot. Probably a teaspoon. Maybe a little more. And some black pepper. Pretty much what I do when I make these. Pretty much what I do is I open up my spice cabinet and I just grab every bottle up there and dump some of it in. Hey, Sherry White and Haley White, Martha Hicks, Pierce, Martha Pierce, Tracy. Hey everybody. So if you're just joining me, I'm making stuffed bell peppers tonight, but I'm not doing the green. I'm doing the yellow, red, and orange. And if you're not a fan of the green bell peppers and you've never tried these, give them a try. They're much milder. They're not near as strong to me, and I really like them. They have a sweeter taste as well. They're a little sweeter, so I really like them. I think you will too. All right, let's see what's going on back here. Okay, now let me tell you what else I do to these. Well, I'm going to go ahead and drain some of this grease off of them. I didn't get it, let me get my bowl here. I'm going to drain some of this grease off and put it back over there. Maybe I won't make too big a mess doing this. I probably drained half my seasoning off when I did that too. But that's okay, I'm going to put a little more in it, I think. That's my garbage bowl. Hey, Bridget. Okay. Do you like bell peppers, stuffed bell peppers, Sherry? You said yum. I'm going to go ahead and salt this with just a little plain salt, too. I know I've put quite a bit of salt, but I got quite a bit of meat over here. And I'm going to add a few more things to my pan too. I want to see how seasoned this is. Whoop. Let's just do it like this. All right. Okay, it's doing pretty good. All right. I'm gonna get these seeds off here. I don't want them in everything else. Now, in my meat, I always put rice. Or sometimes, you've never tried any besides the green, you need to try the yellow and the red, Martha. They're really better. Donnie and I have got to where we like quinoa. One day I'll show you my quinoa pilaf. I know some people around here are gonna be like, what in the world is quinoa? Because I was that way. I heard them saying that on Food Network, so I'm cooking quinoa. And it's got protein in it. I think it's got more protein in it and more, it's not as bad for you as rice. Let me just put it like that. So sometimes, I've always put rice in my peppers. But I've got to where now sometimes I'll put quinoa in it. Tonight I'm going to put rice in it, but I'm going to cheat. I've got these ready rice packs. These are the best things in the world. You don't have to wait for your rice to cook and all that. So this one is whole grain brown rice, which is better than white rice, okay? So I'm just going to open it up. When you eat this, you know, you're just going to eat it. You tear the top off of it and pop it in the microwave for 90 seconds. And your rice is done. It's the easiest way to fix rice in the world. I love it. But I'm going to just open it and dump it in my meat. Now, I probably won't use it all. I don't know. I'm going to see how much. I'm probably going to use about half a pack. Maybe a little more than half a pack. So, put that stirred in. I really think I need a little, because I have a lot of meat in here. I did a big pan full. So I'm going to put a little more of my Italian seasoning, and plus I poured part of it off, and a little more of my garlic salt. And I'm going to put some crushed red pepper flakes. If you don't like heat, don't add the crushed red pepper flakes. We like it. Little goes a long way with those babies. All right, and now I should use Donnie's tomatoes he canned last night, but I'm not going to do that. I've got just 2 cans of store-bought stewed tomatoes, and I'm going to put those in it. Or you could cut up fresh tomatoes, whatever. Hey, Jonathan Adam. Felicia. Jonathan, I'm making stuffed bell peppers. I think you were one of the fans of those from Grandma's house, which Donnie takes claim for, but I can make them too. His might be better though. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say that. All right, y'all. Let's stir this up. And I'm going to put the lid on it and let it cook a minute. And you can use diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, sliced ones, whatever. These are just happen to be the sliced. Just for another minute. sweat together for just a moment. Shoot, yeah, Jonathan, you like those peppers. I thought you did. Hey, Cindy Lou. Good eating and good times. I know it, Jonathan. I miss those times. Bridget, you should try them. They might like them. Don't tell them it's peppers. Just whenever it gets done, it's just gonna look like an ooey gooey cheesy goodness. So maybe they'll eat them. Or you could just take the meat out and let them eat the meat and the cheese. Don't eat the pepper. Some people eat the insides out and don't even eat the pepper. So you could try that. All right. Yeah, it's coming together good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring it over because it's going to, let me get this towel. That's a little hot. It's going to finish cooking up in the oven anyway. So see how I've got this big pan full of meat? And now I have got my peppers ready. So I overload mine. You can just fill them, you know, a little bit or whatever, but I overload mine. And I'm just kind of chopping these tomatoes with my spoon a little bit. And I just take a big old heaping spoonful of it and put it inside my pepper. Just kind of try to sit them. And it falls out and around it. Hello, Miss Debbie. And I just dump it all in there. Let it fall. I just kind of press it in. And it don't take long after you get it in the oven because really you're just kind of softening up the pepper and letting the cheese melt. Everything else is basically cooked, but you just kind of want to let it, you know, cook a little bit after you get it in the oven. And what I usually do with the leftover, I just kind of put it around in there if I have any leftover. And I'm gonna have some leftover. I'm gonna have quite a bit leftover. I could have used another pepper, but we don't need it. I'm gonna pile these up good. Smells good. I'd leave the hot pepper off though, the red pepper, crushed red pepper. I'd leave that off for the kids, Bridget. Hey Debbie, hey. All right. And then you can take the extra and just kind of spread it around in the bottom like that. You don't have to. If you are into making it look pretty, you probably don't want to do that. I don't really care. That's enough. I'll do the rest later. Then I take cheese, whatever kind of cheese you like. You put yours in, that would have, Nancy says she puts her peppers in boiling water for about 5 minutes. That would have got them going so that they don't take as long, Nancy. I even thought about setting this in the oven while I was doing everything else and letting the peppers start cooking. But I just cover it with cheese. Oh, can't have too much cheese. That's a good tip, Nancy. That would have sped this up a little bit for sure. I always cover them for a little while because that traps the heat in there and kind of steams them, lets the peppers cook a little faster, and then I uncover it and let the cheese kind of brown up. So I've got my oven on 425 right now. Your kids don't mind spice, Bridget? Well, put it in there, girl. Get them started young. All right, let me go to the oven and set this in the oven. And I'm just gonna leave that in there till those peppers get tender. I really don't know how long, but we'll check them in a little bit. So, make something else tonight that Donnie and I really like. And y'all know I love mushrooms. Let me just turn my tea on. Hang on a minute. Let me put some tea on. Gotta get my tea going. We'll make a gallon of tea. That ought to be enough. Whoa, getting that pot bag. Let's heat back up. Okay. Hi, Addie. Hey, Susan. All right, now, Donnie and I, you know, we love mushrooms. And we like them just, I like them raw, I like them fried, I like them grilled. I like those little mushroom cup things I made on the grill with cheese. But we like them just sauteed as well. So I'm going to make just some little sauteed mushrooms over on the pan, over on the stove in the pan. Over on the pan in a stove. Hi, Susan Lynn. Hey, Julia. Susan, I think I saw you say something a minute ago and I didn't get to say hey back. I hope everybody's had a good week. I know I'll tell you, last week was the longest. It was a rough week, but we made it through. But we're gonna look up and look forward. Today I've got on my shirt my niece made me that says, of course it's backwards, so it says, let your little light shine. So I hope I'm letting my light shine, and I hope that you're letting yours shine too. Do all we can to let our light shine. I'm just cleaning these up. I've got a wet paper towel. That's how you clean up a mushroom. Guess who I hear at the back door? He hadn't barked yet, but I hear him scratching. He's fixing to bark. He's whining now. I can't get my dog to cooperate and stay one place while I do this. See? There he goes. I'll go let him in. Y'all be right back. Get hot? Come on in. Come on in, baby boy. That's my baby dog. That's what I call him. He's probably gonna go to the front door and bark and want out the front door. He does me that way all the time. Come in the back door and want out the front. Of course, I had him trapped on the back because I didn't want him running around out there by himself. Yep, he's going to the front door. I'm gonna try to convince him he doesn't need to go out. All right, that ought to be enough. Really, I don't know if that's enough or not because we really like them. But I'm gonna cut these hard stems off. Oh, he gave up. He's gonna get on his pillow. Till he hears something. When he hears something outside, then he'll be back at the door. But that's all right. He's my guard dog. Cut these hard stems off. I'm gonna leave these whole and saute them whole. I guess that ought to be enough. Maybe. I guess I will. I'm just gonna use my little iron skillet. Light my flame. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in the bottom. And a little bit of butter, because butter makes it better. Butter makes it better. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put these in the pan. Hey, Jewel. Throw those in the pan. And I'm going to just sprinkle them with some garlic salt and some black pepper. I started to put some in the mix, the meat mix, but I decided to just do them like this. And I'll go ahead and drizzle a little more oil on top of them and let them heat up. So that's going to be my sauteed mushrooms to go along with my now I'm going to try something that I haven't tried before. My nephew sent me a recipe. This is not his recipe, but it's going to be similar, I'd say, to an all-fresh summer salad that he made. Now, I can tell y'all right now, Donnie Carroll is not even going to taste this, but I'm going to. So I'm going to put some raw squash in it, some cucumber. I have some banana peppers I'm going to put in it. I'm going to put some green onions in it. And instead of making a vinaigrette, I'm just going to use some Italian dressing. And I'm going to put some tomato in it. I forgot to bring the tomato over here, but this is one of those ginormous tomatoes that Daddy grew. So, let's just go ahead and get started. I don't have to make a lot of this because, like I said, Donnie will not eat this. So, I'm going to just slice these in kind of thick slices, and then I'm going to chunk them up. Probably a better way to do it, but that's just the way I started cutting it, so that's the way I'm going to do it. My sister-in-law said she was running out of ways to cook zucchini, and I'm kind of like that with squash. I gotta do a squash casserole one day though. Roger, I'm still waiting on your recipe on your wife's squash casserole. I haven't ever made a squash casserole that I know of. Hey, Angela. Anybody's got a good squash casserole recipe, just send it to me, because I'm going to try one. I've never been a big, huge fan of it, but I haven't ate it in a long time. So, I might just love it now. I've learned that your tastes change when you get older. When you grow up, your taste kind of change. So, let me go ahead and toss my mushrooms back here. I just want to get them good and coated. Roger, send me that recipe for real. I mean, he said it was really good, so I'm gonna try it, but I have to leave the water chestnuts out. I'm sorry. And you know, I don't know what it is about them, because they don't really have a taste. I think it's the texture. And I should like it because I like crunchy things. But I don't know. I just can't eat them. I can't eat horseradish either. I've told y'all that. But I don't. Somebody might get one over on me someday, and I don't know it. Maybe if I chunk them up. I had spinach dip with them in it, and I just can't. I don't like it like that. I have to leave those out. All right, I'm gonna cut up a raw squash, y'all. I'm just gonna chunk it up too. Kinda. I shouldn't make too much of this because I'm gonna be the only one to eat it. But my mama will probably eat some. I'll take her some. She'll probably eat some. But you can also make a vinaigrette with vinegar and oil and seasoning. But I'm just going to use that because I think it'll be good. With that zesty Italian dressing, it's pretty good on just about everything. I should have pulled my hair up. It keeps getting stuck in my lip, whatever this is, chapsticks. I think I got tinted chapstick on and it's getting stuck in it. Oh well, it'll be all right. We had a plentiful harvest of squash and banana peppers this year. We've had a lot of those, so we've done a lot of putting up squash and putting up banana peppers. These are getting done. Those are just about ready to take out. Hey, Joy. Hi, Peggy. Cindy. Hi, Miss Jaylee. Okay, let's see. I'm slow chopping today. What's up with that, y'all? I seem to be in slow motion. That's what I feel like. I don't know. It's only Tuesday. I still got nearly the whole week to go. I better be kicking it in high gear. Debbie, did you go feed the goats? Hey, Kim. So I put 2 little squash in here. I think that'll be enough. Chopped up pretty good. I'm interested to see how this. I may even put some Parmesan cheese in it. I think that'll be good in it too. All right, so now I'm going to put some banana peppers in there. You didn't go feed them yet? All right. I just made these in rings, but I may go back across them and kind of make them a little smaller. Trying to figure out what to do with all this stuff out of the garden. I mean, because you can only eat fried squash so many nights a week, right? I mean, I could eat them every night, but I don't need to. Let me see what these are looking like now. Need a little bowl for them. That's hot. Alright, I'm just gonna. So there's our sauteed mushrooms. They're gonna be really good. You've never ate raw squash, Cindy? I don't think I have either. But you know what? I like it. Are y'all surprised? I like everything, don't I? Except horseradish and water chestnuts. Squash dressing, Yeah, I've had that before. It's not too bad. Pretty good stuff. I'm gonna make, I've had a request from my cousin, Melinda, to make some dressing before November, so she's got to learn how to make dressing, so I will be doing some dressing one day, but I'm kind of waiting for it to cool up a little bit. You know, I've got certain foods I like to cook in the fall, and dressing's one of those, so we'll get some cooler days. And all right, now I'm going to put some green onions in. I think Nathan put red onion in his, and that would be good too. Hey, Miss Brenda Mathis. So I'm gonna make dressing one day. Cindy, you need to try that raw squash. It's really good. I don't think I have, Roger. He asked that I've never had it on a vegetable tray with cucumbers and other veggies. We don't need a lot of vegetable trays around here. I'm teasing. I usually do make a vegetable tray for our get-togethers. Our showers and things, I do vegetables a lot of times. But no, I've never had squash on it, Roger. Well, of course, we don't eat a whole lot of raw vegetables around here. Kim, you want to know what I'm making? Okay, honey, you joined in late, didn't you, baby? Well, I am right now making a summer salad that's got cucumber, raw squash, banana peppers, and green onions, and I'm gonna put some tomato. In the oven, Kim, I have got some stuffed bell peppers. They're the yellow, red, and orange bell peppers, so they're sweeter than the green ones. They're not as tart and bitter as the green. And so I've got those in the oven, and I'll be pulling those out here in a moment. Actually, I need to check them, but let's go ahead and, I didn't put my tomato in there. My mater. All right, now, I don't know about y'all, but my mama and my mother-in-law always peel their tomato. But I don't mind the peeling, so I'm not peeling it. I'm just gonna chop it up. This is a good one too, y'all. Put it in the salad. I'm fixing to check on those peppers and see how they're doing. My tea's boiling. Kim, if you missed the bell peppers, go back to the beginning after we finish and watch, and you can see how I made those. They're really simple and easy. Whoop. Just knocked everything off of there. That ought to be enough in this little salad. All right, now let me, what did I do with my spoon? Anybody see what I did? Oh, I didn't do that. There it is. Toss it. This looks really good and pretty, don't it? And then I'm going to dress it with Italian dressing. Like I said, you can make a vinaigrette with some vinegar and oil and different seasonings. Let's put some of this on there. Toss it around. It'd probably be good with some Parmesan on top of it too. Some bacon. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna let it sit and kind of soak those flavors up together while I check on the peppers. Let me go ahead and move this over. Move this over. And I'm just gonna move this whole thing out of the way. And let me check on my peppers. They smell good. Oh, they look pretty good. Let's see about the pepper is still got some, it's softening up, but it's still got a little firmness to it. So I'm gonna cover it back up for just a little bit, maybe a little bit more time. And then I'll uncover it. And I might put a little more cheese on top, as if it don't have enough. By cheese, kind of like Paula Deen is butter. To me, you just never can have too much cheese. I know that's bad, but that's kind of how I am about it. I'm gonna make this tea here in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little out because I'm gonna make me some without sugar. And I'm going to go ahead and put some sugar in that back there so it can be melting. There, let that sugar kind of melt for my tea, and I'll have some tea. All right. Now, one last thing I'm gonna do. Get my board back. My blueberry cobbler that I made this weekend. I got one bowl of it, which that's all I intended. I love it, but I don't need it. How many times did I say that? So I did eat one bowl of it, but it's gone, but I didn't eat it all. Wasn't me this time. It was really good, y'all. So I am gonna make this for myself. Donnie has got some ice cream. And I'm not really making anything, I'm just cutting up some stuff. He's got some ice cream. I'm not gonna eat it because I don't care for it. It's that black walnut, Roger. You and him likes that stuff. But I'm gonna have some fruit. I love fruit. And this is a good cantaloupe. So, that's got garlic on it. I'm not gonna use that knife. I'm gonna use another one. All right, so I'm just gonna cut me up a little bit of cantaloupe. Put in my bowl. And my brother and sister-in-law brought me some blueberries. I love blueberries. Put some blueberries in it. And then I have a few grapes as well. So I'll just throw in a few grapes. And there we go. I've got some fruit. He had ice cream and cobbler last night. Yeah, he ate the rest of the cobbler last night. It was more than what I would say would be a helping, but who am I to say? He ate that while I was walking. So I've got some fruit. All right, y'all. I'm gonna turn my tea off. It'll be syrup if I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out because it's done enough for me. I'll just set it on that board. It won't hurt nothing. And the cheese is really melted good too. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of more cheese on it because it's melted down in it. And it'll get bubbly, yummy and bubbly. I'm going to go ahead and get one out on the plate, and then I'll just set the others back in there and let them finish getting a little more tender. Let me grab me a plate. All right, I'm gonna grab this one on the end here. Maybe. Ooh, baby. And then you can get a little extra meat if you want. Like that. Now I'm going to set this back in the oven. I'm going to leave it uncovered so this cheese can kind of bubble and brown. There's that. Get a few of these little mushrooms. Turn over, Rover. Slide this over a little bit. And some of this salad. And there we go, folks. There's supper. Okay, I'm going to try the salad first because I know these are good. I know what that tastes like. You know what this reminds me of? A pasta salad without the pasta, but not really missing the pasta. You get the same flavors and the same taste without the starch. So, if you're low carb in it or keto in it or whatever, that's a good option. It's really good. And it would only be better if I put the Parmesan cheese on it. Okay, so here's one of my mushrooms. I could eat this entire box of sauteed mushrooms. I love those things. Okay, so now let's see if this turned out good tonight. Tastes pretty good to me. Now, if I can just wait to eat it until Donnie gets home. What time is it? He should be coming on in pretty soon. And then again, it might be 10 o'clock tonight. So I don't know. But I hope y'all enjoyed that. And if you've not ever tried it, try it. Or if you've had them with green pepper and didn't like them, try the red and the yellow, the orange. Like I said, they're really a lot better to me. They're not as bitter. So, they're sweet. So, that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed being back with you. I've missed you. And hopefully I'll be back Thursday night with another supper. I've got some things in mind. So send me your squash casserole recipe. Or if you have any other kind of squash recipe that I haven't made already, let me know. And if you saw, I'm going to try, I shared a recipe. I'm going to try bye Cindy. I'm going to try it's an eggplant and tomato pie thing. When I get some eggplant, I'm going to try that. That thing looked good. But y'all have a great night. Hope you have a good supper. Give it a try. Bye-bye. See y'all later in the week.